a cardboard box, fresh from eBay, although I've had it a little while now, and we are finally opening it. What is inside? Well, it's a project for somebody. It was bought from eBay. It's here for us to have a look and refurbish it. What do we have? It's an Electrolux twin turbo of some flavour. Let's get it out of the box and have a look at what we have. Yes, hello! Nice vacuum cleaner and vintage Electrolux chums. How are you today? Yes, I don't see, oh my goodness, any bubble wrap on this machine. I just see an Electrolux that has been placed, oh thank goodness, there's a need. I had a whole time thought that the tape was straight onto there. It is a Z504, that is it. That is literally all that came in the box. So, I mean, fair enough, it's going to be shipped back that way. It obviously works well. Hello little fella. We are missing the dog nut that goes on the top for the bag. Is that going to be the worst thing that is missing with this machine? Are we going to get lucky, or is this going to be an absolute project? I don't have many twin turbo parts really. I have to say, after using the Z1070A later twin turbo, that was much nicer than these in many ways. So who knows? It's been interesting to see what the experience is like going back to this. We have an unbreakable rubber plug, and it is indeed unbroken, so it's living up to its claims so far. All made in Hong Kong. Look at that. That is an imported plug. And then down there is a pre-motor filter, and that's it. Nothing else at all. We can pop this onto there and bring it down. I mean, overall, doesn't look too bad on the surface. It's quite filthy all inside of every single nook and cranny. It's obviously, I don't know if it's been used a lot, but so far it looks pretty good. We'll find out when we crack the bottom open, which I'll probably do now. God, it's like opening a Christmas present, isn't it? I wouldn't mind an Electrolux Z504 for Christmas. I have to say, they are a lovely yellow colour scheme, although I cannot help but feel that this one is perhaps a little bit more sun-faded than it should be. That is evidenced by the hood here. Yeah, I think it might actually just be a pretty low usage machine that's just been stored in the back of Granny's house for the last 60 years. I don't know if I can find that eBay listing and have a look. Oh yes, lots of rusty rust down here. Oh, the tape's gone, the base plates. There we go. Marvellous. Yeah, well, we'll have a look underneath since we're here. Yeah, this bumper is completely dry, rotted off. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, it was all just cracked and perished the whole way round. And I might have some spares. There's not got any spare brown ones though, so that could be interesting. We might have to be very, very careful with that. Yeah, the wheels are completely seized on. That's good. This is quite rusty really. Ooh. Well, something's turning. I don't know if it's the motor or not, but hey, those brush strips look very stiff. Oh gosh, these are seized as well. So yeah, clearly been very wet at some point. And I mean, you remember the Hoover Pure Power? I don't know if we should pop the cover off or just plug it straight in. I'm going to plug it straight in because it's had plenty of time to dry, and if it wasn't the water, the problem is the motor sits there and all this is very rusty, and it's the sort of rust that I don't think has come from things just being moist in the air, if that makes sense. Especially those wheels. But I'm plugging it into an RCD protected socket. The suppressor's probably going to explode anyway. Let's see if she runs. It does. billowing out dust, absolutely billowing out dust, but it does run. Right, well, the next thing we should probably do is find a bag for it and maybe see if we can do some vacuuming. And yeah, the whole thing is just all this shot out of the top. I think you can catch it on camera. Yeah, look, there it is. Okay, let's get that out. So we'll find a bag first, or we should probably have a look at that really disgusting filter and possibly take that out. Potentially got a bit of an issue with this. This is the pre-motor filter. You can see it's now a jigsaw puzzle. Problem is, the screw has completely rusted. There is the centre part, and I was sort of hoping that it was rusted to the screw. But no, I can turn the centre part, but the screw isn't turning. And blimey, I haven't got a drill bit long enough to get all the way down into there. So, thoughts on a postcard as to how to get a completely stripped out crosshead screw from my elbow deep. Okay. To get around that, well, possibly permanently at the minute, I don't quite know. We have ourselves a Miele U bag. Complete overkill for this machine. Blimey, couldn't be less deserving of it. But that does get around the fact that we do not have a filter. So, let's see if this thing will push itself across the floor. And the brush roll even turned. Window is open in case the suppressor does go. That's the brush roll making that noise. It's got good airflow, got good suction. But yeah, I think the bearings are a little bit shot on that brush roll. I should turn that, stop that even absolutely fine. So yeah, a pretty tired out, poor old thing. I almost dread to think what the motor is actually physically like, especially from the pure power experience. But it runs, you know. We shall replace its explosive reefers with some nice new suppressors. That's part of the problem. The wheels are slowly seized onto the axles. Luckily, I think I have wheels. I think that's one of the things I have. But yeah, I don't know really. My other plan for the filter is just to drill out the middle of a new filter and just click it into place. I don't quite know. We shall have to see. There's no point really playing with the min and max slider because it just opens up a bleed valve anyway. There'll not be much point playing with the whistle because that HEPA flow bag will now have a heck of a lot to give before it will even think about setting that off. So yeah, the only thing really to do with this is to get it physically cleaned back up, and hopefully it will be a stupendous upright vacuum cleaner once more. So, what do you think of the Electrolux 504? Again, comparing it to the 90s twin turbo, it's a lot flimsier. It feels a lot creakier, but it does feel smaller, it does feel lighter, it does feel nimbler, and I know that it will clean incredibly well once it's fixed up. So stay tuned for that. I do hope that you have enjoyed, and until the next time, I and this electrifying Electrolux will see you soon. Bye bye.